Ladies and gentlemen, introducing you to this bout. This one brought to you with thanks to MMA Fight Store. We do it in the featherweight division. Introducing to you first, standing across in the blue corner from Brisbane, trained out of the CMA gym, weighed in officially 64.55 kilos. Tonight makes his debut. This is Milo Trover. His opponent standing across in the red corner from Brisbane, trained out of the integrated MMA gym. Weighed in officially 64.75 kilos. Tonight also on debut. Make some noise. This is David Nekemia. Referee, third man in the middle, Mr. Peter Hickmott.
Second bout of the evening, sponsored by MMA Fight Store. Now with their convenient Brisbane store open and running, getting quality equipment has never been easier. Head to mmafightstore.com.au to upgrade your MMA gear today. Oh, Nekemia's just all right hands early.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he looks very long-limbed. I thought he would keep his distance, and then he just walked Milo down immediately. Awesome.
Drover choosing to grapple, they end up on the cage. Oh, Nekemia deep into a takedown. We saw him almost rehearsing that earlier tonight before the doors opened, and he did it pretty much exactly how they had planned. Stacking up Drover. Postured up, gets rid of the legs, lands a hard strike. Isolating that bottom leg with his shin. Very, very difficult position to be in if you're Drover. I mean, you can see how he's reaching up for the hands of Nekemia. It's pretty much all he's got to stop these strikes. Huge punch. Nekemia just going to work.
Yeah, if I'm Milo Drover here, I'm looking maybe to turtle, even though it's not a great position, but he looks like he's
pretty much in a not great position.
Yeah, he's pretty close to being finished. The ref's keeping a close eye.
Just smothering his Nekemia. Not letting him up, whether it's the pressure of strikes or the physical pressure now that he's moved into side control.
Yeah, and if your previous experience is striking and you're still a jiu-jitsu white belt, or you haven't grappled a lot, it's a bit soul-breaking to end up here at the bottom of side mount.
Oh yeah, 100%, especially if you're eating hammer fist like that. Very strange how Drover's like lacing that arm over the back, not framing and trying to make space to get up. Nekemia uses it to mount, and he's going to work here. It looks like Drover's lost.
Yeah, I think Drover might get finished here. It looks like he doesn't really know exactly what he should be doing to find a way out, and Nekemia's just going to keep pounding on his head.
Absolutely.
Finish.
Gravity is Nekemia's friend. Drover's not defending himself. He's not even moving at this point. He's just throwing his legs up, trying to get them in front, and Nekemia just could not care. I personally think that this is pretty much done. I don't see what Drover's going to do from here. He's grabbing onto the arms, but there's nothing doing.
Yeah, I agree with you. It looks like the fight's it's almost over.
Peter Hickmott is giving Drover absolutely every chance. It's not that he's out of the fight, but he's not defending himself.
Yeah, there we go.
And he proves us wrong.
Same position as the last fight, into an inside Ashley, a reap.
He could just have been waiting for Nekemia to get tired, which at the expense of your own health is very risky. And Nekemia just picking up from where he left off in the mount with his leg inside there, but Drover just almost a desperation attempt to get to the leg. It did keep him in the fight.
Stop!
Dominant first round for Nekemia. He looks like he's tired, but to be perfectly honest, so does Drover. Very dominant round, as we alluded to, but go to the Next Gen Constructions replay and just all right hands was Nekemia. Dominant once he had it on the ground. It's good to see an amateur fighter, especially one making their debut, just going to work on the ground. A lot of the time, it's like a no-gi sort of vibe because that's what you do. You strike when you strike in training, you grapple when you grapple, and it's very difficult to merge the two. But not Nekemia. He was absolutely going to work, throwing strikes.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job mixing it up.
Let's go. Corner Right, you good?
Nekemia versus Drover, round 2. Oh, and another right hand from Nekemia. He's found a home for it. Didn't look like it had as much pop, but there's still definitely enough. Drover being a little bit too tentative, shying away from the punches.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. He's also throwing very low kicks at a really close range, which is generally something you can get away with a bit of training, and then when you actually step in the cage for the first time, that's a no-go.
Yeah, guys will just walk through it, which we saw Nekemia do. And he's able to lock up with Drover again and drags him down to the ground. Drover was fraction of an arm for a second, looked like he's going for a triangle, but again, it just, Nekemia's going to do what he wants to do, and that's stack Drover up, get past the legs, and if he can't do that, he's just going to keep hitting him. The onus now is on Drover to do something different.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This is exactly what I would do if I'm Nekemia here. I know the guy can't get up, he can't submit me, and he can't escape if I get mounted, so I'm just going to look to take him down and lay on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? It's the surest path to victory, and it's the safest one, and you can't fault a guy for doing that. Like I said, the onus is on Drover. It's very easy to say. And then you've got a guy like Nekemia on top of you just absolutely busting your chops. It pays to mention that Nekemia is in his own corner, which is fantastic for him, terrible for Drover.
Yeah, Drover's corner is yelling out to him to stand up, but it just looks like he doesn't know exactly how to do that or what his goals are here. Maybe a little underprepared just in this department. Probably didn't expect to be here.
Yeah, 100%. That's the vibe I'm getting. He's not getting the feet on the hips, at least actively. I mean, he's not posting out. He could be hip escaping here, even like to try and get up to get onto a hip, to post out. There has been opportunities for him to start building his base to get back up, and he hasn't really taken it. It's like he is playing jiu-jitsu. There. Yeah, it is just some of that, maybe not enough reps, or maybe he could be dazed. You never know. Like, some of these punches could have dazed him. It's very difficult to tell. We can speculate all we want, but what we know for sure is that Nekemia has found himself in another dominant position.
Yeah, I think sometimes at amateur as well, when you haven't fought a lot, sometimes you can just let the fight get away from you a little bit, and you're just there on the bottom, you're not taking damage, you're like, yeah, I'm all good, and then all of a sudden the fight's done and you've lost a decision.
Yeah, not wrong. Not wrong. That self-preservation instinct as well, and working with adrenaline. It's an interesting combo. You've got to think that's 2 rounds in the book for Nekemia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drover not looking too impressed with himself. He's going to need a big round in this 3rd round, being able to turn it around. And by a big round, he needs to come back from literally what we're seeing on our screen right now, being stacked, being peppered with shots. I mean, I don't know if that's pepper. That's the whole pepper shaker been thrown at him.
Yeah, that's the full shaker for sure.
Very difficult. And like I said, when he needs a big round, I'm thinking finish. He could be 2 rounds in the hole.
Yeah, for sure. He needs a finish in this round, absolutely.
Very difficult because we haven't seen too much to say that how he's specifically going to do it. Is it going to be on the feet? Nekemia was throwing those shots with massive intention, driving him into the cage and then dragging him to the ground. It's a very, very difficult thing to do, but in MMA, we've seen crazier things. Drover just showing some of that tenacity we want to see from him, and Nekemia just weathers it and goes, no, mate.
Yeah, smart man.
Yeah, we're going to continue where we left off.
Oh, no. Drover throwing those strikes from the bottom.
Yeah, that energy could be used elsewhere.
Yeah.
Some of these guard positions, like even a half guard or working for a full guard as he was in previous rounds, in MMA, you're just pinning yourself.
Yeah, I'd say sometimes in the pro ranks you can get away with striking on the bottom when you can use your elbows, a much shorter weapon and a shorter lever. But on the bottom, trying to punch up, it almost never works out for anyone.
Yeah, it's position here. You could even see Drover like climb the cage with your feet, or so he's trying to re-guard, but like dig an underhook, work up to your side. He's making life a little bit harder for himself because he's playing jiu-jitsu almost.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's definitely, it kind of looks like a no-gi jiu-jitsu competition, but unfortunately this is not the case. It's MMA.
He throws up the triangle like almost a last-ditch attempt, but Nekemia just so postured up all over it, uses it to pass. Very debilitating on the mind, on the body, and the spirit to fight. It's like Nekemia's had an answer for absolutely everything. And in this position specifically, I mean, you've got the cage on one side, your head is in the gutter, and you've got Nekemia trying to crack you on the other.
Yeah, and Drover's expending so much energy to try and re-guard once Nekemia passes. But again, in MMA, it doesn't even help you that much. You can still get punched at the bottom of guard.
I'd argue that this is worse. He's getting stacked now. Look at the angle of his head against the cage. Some more big shots from Nekemia. When I'm cornering some of my guys or they're grappling, I have this question, and it just reminded me of this position. Like, you'll do something like regard, and I just say to him when I'm cornering, now what?
Yeah.
Now what?
Absolutely. Yeah. It just
you've regarded, now what? There we go. As he starts moving up, he needs to get those hips back out again because he's sitting in the gutter. Nekemia attacking the neck.
Yeah, props to Nekemia for doing a good job. He's never letting Drover get up. He's just relentless. Every time he tries to get up, he just like crunches his head or picks a leg up.
Yep. It's really astute, and I think it's a lot of that integrated MMA, just that being such a dynasty of like fantastic fighters that have come through there. There's just this culture of they know exactly what they're doing, and knowing what they're doing. Nekemia hits him with a three-piece combo right at the end of the round. A fantastic showing of heart from Drover, and a well-rounded set of skills from Nekemia, who undoubtedly took this fight by the horns. Did exactly what he needed to do. He got the respect from his coach, Adrian Pang, just there. That was huge. Fantastic showing by Milo Drover, at least in the heart department. As we go back to our replay, another takedown after those big kicks from Drover. He wanted to be back in the fight, but Nekemia was having none of it. In these positions where Drover found himself stuck, Nekemia made the most of it. Truly, truly dominant. You want to talk about fight IQ for someone making his debut? I don't reckon David Nekemia made a single mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. He played it exactly right. I guess fight IQ, it's you and it's your corner, and he would have been getting the right advice. Don't change what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely. All smiles from Nekemia.
Good boy.
For good reason. Before the announcement has even come, he seems very confident.
Well done, both of you.
And with that, we move over to James O'Shea to let our debut fighters take the centre stage and read the official decision.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our two fighters here. And a big thanks to our sponsor of this bout, MMA Fight Store. We go to the judges' scorecards, and we have 30 to 26, 30 to 26, and 30 to 27, all to your winner by unanimous decision. And it goes to the red corner, David Nekemia.